Hey, I am live. It has been a long time since I've gone live. I have sweaty pits. But it has been a long time since I've got on here and kind of shared my story about why I said yes to selling shampoo on the internet 7 years ago. Did I ever think that I would still be here 7 years? No. Whenever I said yes, I honestly thought, like, I'll give this a year, see if it works. But chances are this isn't going to be like a full-time gig for me. So let's just rewind to 7 years ago. It was 2015, and wow, a lot has changed since then. A lot of things. So back in 2017, I am a hairstylist, a salon owner. I've owned a salon since 2008. I've been a hairstylist since 2007. I was working full-time in the salon. At the time, our daughters were 5, 3, and 9 months old. So I was working full-time in the salon. I also was doing wedding and event decorating. And then I was also doing like hand-painted signs and like flipping furniture and setting up at like flea markets and events like that. So our time as a family was few and far between. Kylie was working 2 jobs, also on the farm, and then we had some rental property that was left in shambles where he was constantly spending the evenings in there trying to fix those back up to be able to rent them again. At the time, we were struggling to make ends meet. Sometimes it felt like we were a paycheck behind a paycheck. As a hairstylist, my income would fluctuate a lot. It really depended on how many clients I had, if the clients showed up. So my income varied week to week. And then also with doing wedding and events and also these flea markets, those were kind of my side hustles to kind of try and ease that stress of our income. And then Kylie had his 2 jobs. Like I said, our time as a family was very limited. Most days looked like waking up, getting the kids, ready to go to school or to daycare, dropping them off at grandma's or the babysitter. Then I would go to work, pick them up, come home, cook dinner, bath, bedtime, and then I would either be like glittering votives in my driveway or hand painting signs on my kitchen table while Kylie went to put in laminate flooring or toilets at our rental, and then falling into bed at night. And it was just this endless cycle of that. It felt like this hamster wheel of life. And every week, like on Monday, a portion of our mortgage would come out of our account. And then it was like very stressful and emotional, feeling like we were working constantly but still struggling to make ends meet. If you can relate to that, like, show me some hearts and some love, because it was a very stressful time in our lives, and there were just many times where we were left with less than $50 to get us from Monday to Friday, and I thought there had to be more than what was happening in our life. There had to be more than just working our life away, our kids going to a babysitter, and grandma's getting to take them to the library program and to the zoo, and doing all the fun things that I always wanted to do. I grew up with a stay-at-home mom, and I had these amazing memories with my mom growing up and my dad working across the driveway in the shed, and just spending a lot of time with my parents growing up. And I hated the fact that I wasn't getting that with my girls. I didn't mean to get emotional. But we didn't have that, and it sucked, and it was stressful, and it was overwhelming. And I saw my sister join a network marketing company, and I thought like it was a joke. I thought it was a pyramid scheme. I thought like I was waiting for the other shoe to drop for her. And I watched it take her from public aid to a 6-figure income, and I still didn't believe that that was a viable option for me. And it was that sister who found my company, and like any big sister, kind of kind of forced me to do it and was like, you're a moron if you don't do this. And I had a lot of hesitation because I didn't have the money to invest into starting my own business. And so I was very hesitant. It was, at that time, it was like over a $400 investment. And I looked at Kylie with tears in my eyes and I was like, we don't have the money to do this. And I don't want to be the one that's responsible to put us even deeper into debt. And he looked at me and he was like, go for it. You never have done something and not given it your all, so just go for it. And so I did. And little did I know that clicking submit on that website was going to transform my family's life. When I started, the goal was to make a couple extra $100 a month to just help alleviate some of that stress. And I was able to do that in the first 2 weeks of my business, and then I doubled it, then I tripled it, then I quadrupled it. And within a few months, I was able to say, I'm not hand painting signs anymore. I'm done with having people look at my work and say they can buy it cheaper at Hobby Lobby. If you do that, don't do that to people. That is incredibly hurtful, by the way. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with that. I'm done spending my nights bent over the table, hand lettering signs, and barely making bank off of them. So I stopped doing that. And then after a while, I talked to my business partner and I was like, I want to be done doing weddings. And she felt the same. She'd also linked arms with me selling shampoo online. And so after a few months, we were able to sell our entire inventory of our wedding business and sell that business to another young entrepreneur. And so that was such an incredible relief to be able to get those things off my chest and to allow us to have more free time on the weekends with our girls. And then after another few months, I was able to be like, you know what? I'm going to go from working 5 days a week behind the chair to just 2 days a week behind the chair. So for the last six and a half years, I only work in the salon on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and my book is filled 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks in advance. And it's been such a gift to be able to be home and to be present with my girls and to be able to be the ones that take them to the library. We just went to the library today. To be able to take them to do the fun things and to be home with them in the summer and not feel guilty about not being behind the chair. Because if you're a hairstylist or you know a hairstylist, if you're not behind the chair and you don't have someone sitting in that chair, you don't make money. And so to be able to have another stream of income that is a residual income that pays me every Friday and on the 15th of the month has been a huge gift. And none of those things were things that I ever really thought would be possible. I just wanted to make that extra $100, couple $100 a month. And to be able to step back and to be more present in my children's life has been such a gift. And then about 4 years ago, I was able to make enough income for my husband to quit his jobs and pursue his passion. So about 4 years ago, Kylie left his 2 full-time jobs and he became a freelance videographer who works for himself. So he works from home. His office is literally across the hall from my office. He's here every single day. He gets to be present in our girls' lives. He gets to help, take them to practice, pick them up. He takes them to the school bus every morning and he's here every evening when they get off the school bus. And it has just been such a gift for both of us to be able to be more present in our kids' lives and for them to grow up with 2 parents that get to be stay-at-home parents who work kind of on our own time. We have created a life by design. We've been able to jump off that hamster wheel of life that just felt like every day was the exact same thing. And it was something that I never even considered. And when my sister was like, you need to do this, I thought, why? Why would I do that? Why would I invest that kind of money into something that I didn't really believe in how it worked. But now that I've done it for 7 years, and I can see what a gift it has been for not only my family, but hundreds of girls on my team and their families. And it truly is a gift. And I don't talk about it enough. I don't share my story enough because I don't want it to come off as if I'm bragging, because that is not what it is. I want it to be a story of inspiration and hope. If you are in a place like I was where you're struggling to make ends meet, you feel like every day is the same thing, and like, what is this, what all that life has to offer? It's not. There is hope. There is other options out there. They are not traditional options, but they are there. If you're willing to take a risk on you, to put your nose down and do some work and get uncomfortable, it can be such a gift for your family. And like, I had sweaty pits before I got on here today. I keep getting emotional. But I had this realization today. Life is really hard for a lot of people right now. Gas is at an all-time high. Groceries are astronomical. The cost of living is very high right now. And there was a part of me that was like, people can't take advantage of this opportunity. They can't take advantage of these products that can give them confidence, because I had this mindset of it's too expensive and now's not the time. And then I realized that it wasn't the time for me either. I didn't have the money to do it. I put it on a credit card, and I prayed and I worked really hard to be able to get to where we are now. And I thought I was doing a disservice if I didn't share it, because this could be the thing that could change your life. This could be the vehicle that helps get you out of debt, helps bring you home to your family, even helps you just be able to buy a tank of gas every month or a cart of groceries. You know, this business can work for whatever you're looking for. I realize not everybody is going to go all in, and they're going to like cut back their hours, and they're going to retire their husband. And you know, there's not a lot of people who go all in like that. There's a lot of people who do this business just to be able to have some extra spending money, whether that's to be able to buy their Starbucks guilt-free, whether it's to be able to pay for their kids' dance class, or, you know, maybe it is to help alleviate the price of gas and groceries. But I just wanted to share my story because it had been a really long time, and I've gotten some feedback through the years of, you know, not so good feedback, and so it's kind of set me back and made me feel like I couldn't share my story because I never want it to come off as if I'm bragging. It's been a hard road, it's been a hard journey, but it has been 100% worth it to try something new, to get uncomfortable, to learn and to grow in outside of like the financial blessing that it has been for my family. It has also made me a better mom, a better wife, a better sister and daughter and friend. It has given me friendships that I would have never had before. In the sense of community, like, there are so many things that this business has done for my family outside of a financial thing. And so I just wanted to get on here to share my story today. And if you are someone who feels like you are stuck in the hamster wheel of life and you don't know how to get off of it, and maybe what I do, which I didn't really share a lot, but I share products that I love and have transformed my hair, my skin, my clients, my friends, and my families. I just share things that I love, and that is kind of the world that we live in right now, is social selling. That's why we have influencers. That's why big stores like Amazon and Walmart and American Eagle, and all of them, they use influencers to sell their products because social selling is the way that things are going now. That's why you're seeing malls that are like closing down, because people are buying more and more online, and they are buying from people that they know, like, and trust. And so that is what I do. I just share the products that I know, like, and love, that I've seen results from, and I help transform people's lives through that. And so if you are someone who feels like you're just stuck on this hamster wheel, maybe reach out to me and we can just talk. A conversation is not a commitment. I'm not a like spammy, gross person, so I'd love to just talk. I mean, my God, I have sweat dripping down to my elbows right now. This is a problem. So if you are just like a uncomfortable, snotty, sweaty, get belly aches doing things like this, maybe we should talk, because that's what's happening in my right now. I feel like I'm just so wet in my armpits. So I'm gonna leave you on that note, but thanks for joining, thanks for hearing my story, and for supporting me through all of this, and thanks for just sharing this space with me and always being kind and loving and welcoming. So I hope you guys have a great week and an awesome 4th.